Hey, what's up, guys? We're back with another fighter feature here on the 0 Hour, trying to expose as many of our athletes as we can as we get ready to roll up on our first events here, October 30th, November 5th. And today we have got one half of your main event for Aries 2, which goes down November 5th from the world famous Cotton Eye Joe. And we're going to be putting up that Aries Welterweight Championship in the amateur division in the main event. And one half of that is here with us now. We've got Jordan Lewis joining myself and Jeff Hobbs. Jordan Lewis, how's it going, my man?
Good. How are you guys doing?
We're doing good. We're doing good. We appreciate you joining us. We had tried to connect with you earlier on our main podcast. Had some technical difficulties, but we promised everybody we'd get you in here, and here we are. Excited to talk to you, man. You're going to be the co-main event coming up here. I'm sorry, the main event. You just were the co-main event. Now you're the main event coming up on November the 5th. That'll be our second ever show, our second show in 6 days. You got your brother David Lewis, who I'm sure we'll talk to in the coming weeks. He'll be fighting on Aries 1 in Chattanooga here just 6 days before. You'll be coming up just a few days after that in the main event here, taking on Dustin Bailey at the Joe. Now, all of your fights with this so far have been down in Chattanooga, so this will be your first trip on the road, won't it?
Yeah, the first trip to Knoxville, I believe.
Yeah, so you'll be fighting at the Joe for the first time. Your opponent, Dustin Bailey, he's had one there. And so it's a good time, I'll tell you that. And especially this show, we're going to have a party there, man. We got a big ring card girl contest going on that night. Your fight, lots of other good fights. It's going to be a good time. Before we dive into it, man, this will be the first time that we've gotten to talk to you here with on any of the podcasts that we do. So if you want to give a little background as we kind of work ourselves up to the future here, just kind of give our viewers a little background on, like, you're in sports, what kind of got you into MMA. I know you're a decorated wrestler coming up. So just talk a little bit about your background and how you found your way into the cage.
Got you. Yeah, I started wrestling when I was about 5 in the Northwest Big Bear program for little kids. And then about around when I was 13, I started joining Heist, and David started tagging along with David. He started bringing me along, and I just started going there a lot. And then I did football, track, and wrestling throughout from like 6th grade till sophomore year. Then I focused on wrestling fully, and Josh came back from college in 2015. And then after he went with me, it improved my wrestling a whole lot. And I ended up getting 3rd my junior year. And my senior year, I won 1st in state. And then I just kept going to the gym. I did a couple of kickboxing matches. I had a black belt from UKS. And we did a couple of kickboxing matches with UKS. And that's pretty much it. And then I just kept training with the gym, Heiston, with Scott White and all of the same coaches all the way up. It's like a big family. I love it.
So, you're going into this, your first title fight here for MMA. You've already been in there pretty tough, though. I've thrown you in there pretty deep already. You've been in some wars. Coming off of your last win over a very experienced Justin Abner. Just had that one a few months ago back in Chattanooga. Let's talk a little bit about that. You went the distance, went all 3 rounds, got a pretty dominant unanimous decision against a guy that had quite a few fights.
Yeah, he was really good. He was a really tough opponent. I just tried to stay in good position, land the shots that I could, and just kept moving forward. And he kept moving forward too. He was down to brawl for sure. It was a great fight. I loved it.
Go ahead, Jeff. I thought you were going to say something.
Oh no, but hell, I will. I'm good. Don't give me the opportunity. I mean, you're right. That was a tough fight, and I'm not. We can all keep it real here. I think a lot of people cage side were looking at Abner probably as the favorite probably in the fight. I think they probably were. So that only made the win so much more impressive, because I think a lot of people had eyes on Abner and thinking that he may come out of that match ahead. I wanted, you talked about how you started, and I know a little bit of how you started. Has to be fighting at home with the brothers. Is that where it really started?
Yeah, definitely. We didn't have like super fights, or they fought each other a lot. But I was just kind of sitting back. I was a little bit younger, but I'd still.
Well, I know.
That's it.
I know. I had a little brother. Rest in peace, man. He passed away, but I'll never forget, because it just happens in every family. The day little brother tries to step to big brother, you know.
Yeah.
So did you ever have that moment at some point where you thought, you know, it's time? And did you ever step to either one of the others and
Not really.
and really see where you stood with them?
We fight all the time, and it always goes back and forth. They're always technically much better than me. I just kind of have a weight advantage, but I like to listen to them and learn from them and grow from them rather than challenge them in like that type of way. Like I wouldn't want to hurt them, just like they don't want to hurt me. You know, like give each other brain damage.
I'm talking before the fighting, though. Before any of y'all got into fighting, when you were just at home, when mom left y'all home by yourself. Those type of brawls. Did y'all ever have those type in the living room?
Yeah. I think one time when I was really little, I punched one of them in the nuts, and I ran to my mom for protecting me. And she wouldn't protect me, so they checked me real quick after that.
Well, you're definitely the bigger of the youngest, but the biggest.
Yes.
Yeah. It works backwards in weight and size.
So, you know, kind of dialing back towards this fight you've got coming up, Dustin Bailey. If people ask me to describe you, I'm more, you know, your wrestling is obviously the thing that kind of comes to bear first and foremost. Obviously, you've got good striking, and grappling as well. But your wrestling is, you know, your strong suit at the moment. Dustin Bailey, from what I've gathered, he hasn't had a whole lot of cage time. You know, he's ran through both of his guys pretty quick, so it's kind of hard to get a read on, where he's at in all facets. But the one thing that he showed is definitely good grappling. He's got submission. He's just gone in there more or less and just overpowered guys, just like muscled on submissions and got them pretty quick. What do you see in this fight? You know, both you guys are very, very athletic, strong 170s. Both come from good gyms. He's from Team Manning up there in Virginia, and every time they've sent guys down, they've been, you know, they've shined. Obviously, the highest end gym also known for its grappling. Give us the read on this matchup, man. You've got a fair amount of advantage when it comes to cage time, because you know you've had 2 decision fights already, a fight that got to the 3rd round. You've had a lot more cage time than him. I don't know that he's even had 1 round of cage time total.
Got you. Yeah, interested to find out what happens. Knockout or get knocked out. I'm trying to put on a show. So, but I'm a martial artist when it comes first. So if I see an opening, I'm going to take it. But I'm interested to find out what he's going to try to do, rather stand, because I've seen that he won the tough man competition. Mm-hmm. So either he's going to want to stand and bang or go to the ground quick. I'm interested to find out. Either way, I'm ready.
With you having the wrestling background, does that give you any pause as far as just like kind of, you know, usually if you see an open takedown, you're going to go for it and you're usually going to get it. Does that give you any pause here, knowing that he's kind of showed some submission prowess on the ground, that maybe you keep it standing?
Not really. Nalo works a lot. David and Josh all work a lot on my jiu-jitsu. I haven't really got to be able to show it because I like brawling. But if it comes to it, I'll take them down and submit them if it leaves an opening there. But either way, feet or the ground, I'm down to go. I like to keep it up, though, keep it interesting.
No doubt. Hey, all your fights so far have been real entertaining, man. You've put on a good show every time. Only 23 years old, so the sky's the limit. I think. Give us your kind of your long-term / short-term goals here for MMA. Is this something that you're looking to take all the way? Go pro, go as far as you can. Is it something you're just looking to do to stay competitive in a way and keep those juices flowing from your old days in sports? Like where are you at with this stuff?
I definitely want to go pro one day and make it to the UFC. That's overall my long-term goal. But in the short term, I think I'll give me a couple more years. At amateur, maybe a year. We'll see how it goes. But I want to be able to be the baddest amateur I can be. I've already checked off all the boxes, won jiu-jitsu tournaments and kickboxing tournaments, and just fully tested myself at the amateur level before I move to the pro level. Just because once you go pro, you can never go back. You're stuck there fighting only pros, guys who do it for a living. So you can't be slacking.
Jeff, I'll let you have it here to wrap us up. You got anything to kind of to finish us off with here?
Yeah, man. I'm just curious. One of the things I like to ask guys when we talk is let's take your brothers out of the equation, and let's take your gym out of the equation. Who are some of the fighters in your region and our region that we deal with, the Georgia, Tennessee, Alabama, North Carolina, in kind of our region that we do, that that you like watching fight? Who are the fighters that excite you when they're on one of our cards, one of our regional cards? Who are the guys out there that that you really think are close, if not, already kind of where you want to be?
It's hard to say.
I mean, if somebody's on a card, who's out there right now kind of in our area that you just go, when he's on a card, I got to go watch that fight. I got to go see this guy fight.
Definitely Finney. I like watching him fight. He's good. He's always going to put on a show. And actually, a lot of the Agogi guys, I like watching them. They always come to fight.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure with Finney's background too, you see a lot of, with the wrestling background and where he was in that sport, and you coming from that sport as well. So I'm sure a lot of that, it's always curious to me, obviously you love your guys at your gym and you like going to watch them, your brothers. I just want to know, who are those other guys out there that, like I said, when they're on a card, you go, oh shit, I'm going to go watch this guy fight. I like this guy. I like how he fights. I love his style. So Finney's one of those? Yeah,
definitely.
That's awesome, man. Well, and I think you're getting that point too. And I know for me is, being a bystander who just, I do the ring announcing, I sit cage side. You're quickly becoming one of those guys too, though. I hope that when we're watching, the fights, or we're putting these fights together, Tim's matching them up, or when we see your name on those cards now, you're getting to that point now where we're looking at it going, oh shit, I got to see this fight. I want to see this guy fight. You're so durable. You watch you fight. You're one of these kids that you just look like you can't leave this kid hanging around too long, because he's so durable. And if you don't do something quick, you're in there for the long haul. And if they leave you around, and if they leave you around too long, I think a lot of that has to do with your old wrestling days. Like I said, you're just one of those guys they can't leave around, because if it goes past the first, they start to wear down, and you've still got that gear. You might not be kicking it up to another gear, but when they gear down, you're still here and you're still at the same pace. So just know that, you're getting to that level too, where you're an exciting guy in this region. And so it's going to be awesome to have you at the Joe. Like Tim said, we're going to have a blast that night. It's going to be fun. Have you ever been to the Joe to watch another fight?
Yeah, I've watched a few there. I've seen Jake Phillips, who's fighting on the same card as me as well.
Yeah.
I've seen him fight there. And I think he fought with Winter, who's from our team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Winter McGowan was on that card as well. Talk a little bit about that one. Jake Phillips on this card against one of the boys from Shield Systems, Joseph Hishma. What can we expect from that one, you think?
Oh, it's going to be a really good fight. Jake's been growing leaps and bounds. Technically, he catches me a lot. He's real good. So it's going to be a really exciting fight.
He's always exciting fighter, man. And so you guys are kind of dividing and conquering. You got 2 guys on the show at the Joe. You got 3, I guess, in Chattanooga the 6 days before. So that's got to be nice to kind of be everybody going through camp, kind of peaking somewhat close to each other.
Yeah, definitely. I'm excited to watch my brother fight and watch Daniel and Tristan go out there and brawl. It's going to be good.
Definitely.
How old are you, Jordan?
23.
23. All right, so we can drink after your fight. All right, I'm just making sure, my man. I'm just making sure.
We're gonna have a good. Hey, I feel like whoever wins that main event should have maybe some kind of extra bonus vote in who wins this ring card girl contest. Maybe we'll give a special guest judge. Well, hey Jordan, we appreciate you taking some time with us, man. Definitely fun to let everybody get to know you here. And before we let you go, I want to let you get some shout outs, whether do any friends, family, sponsors, training partners you want to show some love to. I'll let you do that, and then wrap us up by letting us know where we can follow your social media.
All right. I'd like to shout out everybody on my team, my family, Nala Lechuga, Scott White, Josh Lewis, David Lewis, Daniel, Jake Phillips, Daniel Gonzalez, Trishan, Ivan, really everyone who goes to our gym. And thanks to all the people at Agogi for letting us come down there and cross-train sometimes and just spend time with them, because we always have a good time up there. And I think that's it. You can follow me on Instagram at Joe Lewis 195 and Jordan Lewis on Facebook. That's about it.
Hey, we appreciate the time, Jordan. Folks, you can see Jordan Lewis coming up in the main event of Aries 2 that goes down November 5th from the world famous Cotton Eye Joe, going for that inaugural Aries Welterweight Championship. Be there or catch it at combatcast.tv live on pay-per-view. Hey, Jordan, thanks so much for the time, man. We'll catch you soon.
Thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
See you, man. Good luck, buddy.
Thank you.